We're going to have a look at the Townsville Bulletin before we head to a break, and I'll tell you what, there's no doubt about him. Clive Palmer, he's currently in the crosshairs of the Australian Securities Investment Corporation. He's now on the front page of the Townsville Bulletin, bitter and twisted. And of course, that's another story. Twisted Sister, he ripped off their song, and they're suing him at the moment. Clive Palmer has announced an imminent defamation case against former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. Get in the queue, mate. Mr Palmer claims Mr Turnbull caused immense damage to his reputation after the $300 million collapse of Queensland Nickel in 2016. He labelled the former Prime Minister a bitter and twisted troublemaker. Mr Turnbull was PM when Queensland Nickel collapsed and was critical of Mr Palmer. Michael, your thoughts?
Look, you've got to hand it to Clive Palmer. He doesn't take anything lying down. The fact is, though, I think that one should always be pretty careful about launching defamation actions if there's a bit of smoke and potentially a bit of fire around. So I'm not sure if that's the most advisable course of action for Clive Palmer, but I'm not sure if he's someone that takes advice either.
No, I don't think he does take advice, Michael, and if I could just give our viewers a little anecdote. When I was editing the Gold Coast Bulletin, he sued me personally and, of course, the Gold Coast Bulletin for $20 million after a story we ran, and, you know, the story was 100% right, and he just kept going and going. He boasted that his record in defamation suits was 80-0, and then, lo and behold, on the steps of the courthouse, he decided to settle, so his defamation record then became 80-1. What do you think, Leisa? He's having a crack. I mean, look, as I said earlier, get in the queue when it comes to Turnbull. I mean, everyone's going to have a crack at Turnbull, especially when he brings his book out in a couple of weeks. There's no doubt that there'll be a lot of people that will be singled out in the book.
Yeah, and look, and Clive Palmer is no stranger to controversy. He's no stranger to being in the media and being front page headline news, so this won't be any surprise to him when he wakes up tomorrow morning. And look, you look at the money he splashed around when we were in election mode, he's not afraid to put himself out there, and he has deep pockets. So when you're talking about a defamation suit, he's one of those people that has the money to push it as far as he possibly can. And look, he's up against Turnbull, who also has deep pockets. So this one could be an interesting one to watch.
It'll be the clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans, there's no doubt about that. Yeah.